come from. The true origin remains unclear, but one popular story is that someone from the Academy thought the statue looked like her uncle Oscar, and the name stuck ever since. In this segment, we'll explore 5 major topics: how much it costs to produce an Oscar statue, what happens if someone tries to sell one, the financial effect of winning Best Picture, how winning an Oscar impacts an actor's earnings, and finally, the manufacturing process. To start off, let's look at the Oscar statue itself. Contrary to what many people believe, the statue isn't made of solid gold. Instead, it is gold-plated bronze, estimated to be worth about $629. But what if you wanted to sell your Oscar? Unfortunately, you wouldn't make much money, just a single dollar. That's because of an Academy rule that states anyone who wants to sell their Oscar must first offer it back to the Academy for $1. This rule has been in place since 1950, so Oscars awarded before that year can still be sold on the market. For example, Michael Jackson famously bought the Oscar awarded to Gone with the Wind in 1939 for more than $2 million, adjusted for inflation. Unlike the Oscars, Golden Globe trophies can be sold without restriction. Some A-list celebrities have sold theirs for upwards of $100,000, while lesser-known names might only get a few $1,000s. Interesting, right? But wait a minute. What kind of box office boost does winning Best Picture actually bring to a film? Well, according to CBS News, winning this prestigious award can add around $14 million to the movie's box office earnings. However, Edmund Helmer from BoxOfficeQuant.com has a different take. He suggests the increase is closer to $3 million when accounting for factors like the timing of the release and how well the movie was already doing. On the other hand, winning a Golden Globe for Best Picture might lead to an increase of around $14.2 million. This could be because the Golden Globes are held earlier, allowing films to gain momentum leading up to the Oscars. Next, let's talk about how winning an Oscar can affect an actor's career. Research from Colgate University shows that an Oscar win leads to an average salary bump of $2.3 million for actors. But there's a clear gender disparity. Male actors see an average increase of $3.9 million, while female actors only see about $550,000 or more. It highlights the fact that there is still a long way to go in addressing the pay gap in Hollywood. And finally, we have arrived at the manufacturing process. The Oscar statue is made through a careful and detailed process that begins at R.S. Owens in Chicago, a company known for making these prestigious awards. Each year, they create between 50 and 60 Oscar statues, and every one of them has to meet the high-quality standards set by the Academy Awards. The process starts with creating a mold for the statue. This mold shapes Britannia metal, which is heated to 960 degrees Fahrenheit before being poured in. Once the metal cools and hardens, it forms the recognizable shape of the Oscar statue. After the mold is taken off, the statue goes through a refining process to remove any rough spots, making sure it is smooth and ready for what lies ahead. The next step is polishing. Each statue is polished by hand to make it smooth and shiny. This step highlights all the details of the statue, like the knight's armor and the film reel under his feet. Polishing must be done carefully